Hi, I'm William Finlay. I'm a third year industrial design student at RMIT. I'd like to start off by looking at the problem that COVID-19 has had on public transport in Melbourne. 450,000 people used to use Melbourne's public transport system daily. On the 11th of March 2020, COVID-19 was declared a global pandemic. How does this affect public transport in Melbourne for the future? For my project, I wanted to look at how I can protect high-risk users of public transport as we move into a new COVID normal. This is what you would expect a high-risk user to look like. But high risk doesn't necessarily mean old. Anyone that has underlying health conditions is at higher threat to COVID-19. As restrictions begin to lift in Melbourne, how will these high-risk travellers be kept safe when using public transport? This is the COVID safe zone. The concept of this design is to create safe environments around train stations for high-risk travellers to get out of the crowds and get sanitized and prepared for their journey ahead. The four main features of the COVID safe zone would be a temperature scanner, a hand sanitizing station, COVID safe seating, and bollards. The temperature scanner at the entrance of the zone is there for the user to monitor their temperature daily. Also at the entrance there will be a hand sanitizer to ensure that nobody entering the area is bringing in any unwanted germs with them. This graphic will be on the wall behind the area to ensure that everyone can clearly see that they need to sanitize, and a face mask is also required to enter the zone. The seating will have protective screens between each seat to keep each of the users safe. These screens will be clear perspex, so if anyone is traveling with anyone else, that they can still have a conversation and they don't feel too isolated. The two groups of seats will be spread apart to allow space between for mobility scooters and wheelchairs. The zone is designed to be one way, entering from the right side of the screen and leaving on the left. This ensures that users will enter from the right, choose a seat as far away from the entrance as possible. When they are ready to move to their train, they will exit to the left. The bollards are to keep the crowds safely distanced from the people seated. This will give the user peace of mind knowing that the crowds are safely passing them by at a safe distance. Being back in New Zealand, I have noticed throughout alert level stages, people have begun to ignore social distancing as COVID has depleted in society. High-risk travellers have become more aware of their health and will want to continue good precautions when travelling on public transport. Although we cannot ask everyone to continue these precautions, I believe the COVID safe zone provides a safe environment where high-risk travellers can look out for themselves without impeding on the general public. Thank you for listening. I appreciate any feedback.